I just want to say, vote with your views. So like if you like this build and you want to see more of it, definitely make sure to watch the whole video. And
you can watch it more than once if you want to too.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but definitely vote with your views. And check out some of our other videos when you're done watching this one. Doing some work on the LS swapped V8 jet ski. Reached out to a few companies and it looks like we are going to have at least one major company coming on board. But I'm going to wait to share that with you guys a little bit later when I have something in my hand to be like, check this out. So look for that coming up, but today we're going to probably just get all the nasty glue off of it from when we split the holes. Plus going to cut up the oil pan and see where the engine needs to sit to actually mate up to the drive coupler. Splitting the hull on this thing went quite a bit easier than I expected, although it was still quite difficult. It took me probably about 4 to 6 hours to actually split the hull itself. And the reason I thought that was going to be way harder is because I tried it before on a CU GTX and they used just way more of the glue. This is like the glue stuff that they used, and it went right around like that. And on this one they didn't like over glue it, which is what made it, you know, what I considered easier. I need to get rid of all this old glue off of these things so that I can have it all prepped and nice for when it goes back together. I also got to do that little bit of fiberglass work in certain areas to make sure it's all nice and strong as well. And pulling the glue off it now should be pretty easy since I can, you know, directly get to it, get the heat right on it, and I feel like I can just heat it right up and pull it right off. Finally got Jason over here doing a little bit of work on the V8 jet ski build, and obviously he's just scraping some of the old glue off of it, but he is here, he's still alive, and he
still exist.
He's actually standing on that broken foot of his right now.
Yeah, I don't even have a boot on, but it's still broken. So, you may remember me from Jetskibrothers, and I mostly do content where I try to make my skis run all summer, which if you have jet skis, you know that never works. But they're all like stock, and I try to make them just run smoothly and good, and they don't go super fast, they just work, ideally. Like, even the built ones, I have the 1200 blaster, but it's just a stock 1200 blaster. And then Jacob's always been kind of like, I'm gonna put this engine in this thing, and I'm gonna make the fastest thing, and I might cut some corners, but it's just gonna be like, oh, I'm making a filthy fast thing. And Josh has kind of done the same thing, but then Josh was like, I'm just gonna throw a V8 into a jet ski. So now Jacob does paint.
It's the next day here, and Jason is gone, but he helped me do the whole...
Oh, this is disappointing.
Taking all the glue off of it. And now I got Jacob here with me, and he's pretty excited about this Milwaukee knife.
I thought this was going to be like a cool pocket knife. It's one of these kind.
Jason was here just last night helping me with this, and he said some interesting things. It felt like he was casting some shade onto Jacob.
So it's going to be hurtful.
So basically what Jason said was that Josh all of a sudden decided to do this V8 jet ski swap, and now Jacob gave up on going fast and is only doing paint jobs.
Like, because all my stuff doesn't work.
Now what do you... The thing is, how do you feel about him saying that you just do paint jobs now?
That kind of makes me feel good.
I'm getting ready to pick the engine up, and we're going to get the oil pan off so we can cut it down to size and see, you know, kind of what we're looking at as far as oil pan size. But Jacob actually went back to his room, so I need to get him back here to give me a hand with this.
Hey down there! Let me get it. That's where I live. It's got like technology built into it. It's cool.
Oh, yeah, that's great. To get this engine to line up center to center on the drive shaft, it needs to drop about 5.5 inches down. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the engine out and see if there's 5.5 inches that we can remove from the oil pan. thought I was gonna cut up the stock oil pan, but I'm just like, why would I do that? I literally have an aftermarket one coming that's gonna be shorter, so I'm gonna actually skip out on cutting out the old oil pan. And what we're gonna do is take the pickup tube off the engine, and then we will fit it back in there and kind of see where our clearances are at. I'm gonna get some part numbers off this engine while I'm here. Oh, I see 842 stamped on the crankshaft, and I'm not sure where else I'm supposed to get numbers off of. I think the rods, maybe? I don't know. 482 number looks like the last 3 digits of the casting number from a 4.8 liter crankshaft. And we've been saying it the whole time, there's a 4.8 liter LS engine. And I guess I really don't care much to know the casting numbers on the rods and stuff, because you know, we know what it is. That's fine. That's just whatever. Here's about where it is with the engine dropped to the correct level. Now, if there's some way we can throw some wood under it, put a top on, and check and see how the heads fit, that would be pretty neat.
Yeah. If they were Ford, they'd be way heavier.
This part's nice. Ooh.
Wow. That's a pretty good feeling.
Let's check out that bond line.
When you can,
It is all the way closed.
when you can do that with the V8 in there. Well, to those who said it wouldn't fit.
Screw you.
No. But, you know, the reality is, you know, they were wrong. We were right.
Well, it's not.
Actually, Josh is getting the glory.
Okay, that, Jacob, you can say we. I don't really care about that stuff.
That engine does look great in there. Any higher and just wouldn't really do it.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Well, we're not going to know exactly where this is going to set till I get my oil pan. So, but let's just kind of get an idea of how the heads and everything are going to clear.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're not going to need to do any choppage here on the ski. So it should be able to be pretty stealth as far as outward appearance.
Yeah.
It's literally in the hull
Literally.
with no cuts
Literally.
to make it fit.
Literally, the Amazon van has come here
To
2
deliver?
times.
They're coming to deliver more stuff.
Yep. They're gonna be giving you. That's your turbo coming in there.
We do have the engine kind of mocked up in a pretty favorable spot for exhaust clearance on the side there, but maybe we could use like a car manifold, but we're definitely not going to do that. And the boat ones are usually really big. I've seen one set that was pretty compact, but I still am kind of wondering if that's going to work for us. So right here, I got a nice piece of aluminum that we got the exhaust gasket laid out on. And I'll literally leave it to you guys to figure out what it is that we are doing.
Yeah. Oh, he's just gonna do a full billet. full billet exhaust manifolds. They think that you're doing water jacketed.
Okay, some people seem to think I'm just going to have hot exhaust right up on the fiberglass and catch the ski on fire.
Actually, yeah. And it's also going to sink and the engine won't fit.
I'm actually ordering long...
And you need a Berkeley jet pump.
I'm literally ordering long tube headers for like a truck. So they're going to be like drop down super far. I'm going to literally just cut a hole in the bottom of the ski for them to drop down into the water. And then they'll point out the back. I'll just have water just dumping, or exhaust dumping straight out into the water. That will be a water-cooled exhaust.
Yeah, it'll be like side pipes on a vet.
All right, so me and Jacob were having a little bit of a discussion on impeller choice for the pump. And there's a few things that we're kicking around. One is the Jet Sprint jet pumps. And those are the ones with the, you know, the V8s and the tiny jet boats. And they do like the crazy courses and they have like 1,000 horsepower or more. So we're kind of talking about those jet pumps because the Berkeleys obviously are humongous, but the Jet Sprint ones are a little bit more on the compact side. And
Berkeley is for if you're thinking the 70s.
And we're also talking about like kind of impeller pitches and whatnot. And we're talking about how if we stuck with the Yamaha pump, that we would, without any gearing on the engine, then we're going to be in the 30s somewheres on impeller pitch. Because the highest impeller you can get for these is up to like a 25. So we need like a 25-30 instead of like a 14-25.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 14-25. It's probably like 18-25. But yeah,
We need a next level pitch, and
we need some crazy pitch.
the castings that they have for props, they don't go to that pitch, so you need to make a little bit of a modification. Might be doing it.
If you own a shop that does impeller stuff and understands this stuff and could make us a crazy impeller, then definitely let me know. We might need to have you build us an impeller.
Yeah, simple as that.
And I'm not saying exactly what direction we're going because we're literally figuring it out as we go along. We're open to the suggestions from you guys. And obviously, we appreciate all the help.
Yeah, thank you so much. The reason that this thing is not going to get done next weekend is it's not that this is not hard. Doing this engine swap, not hard. It's just, come on, you guys. It takes so long to get stuff in the mail, you know? So it's not our end. Like, if we had the parts in the mail, it'd be done next week, no problem. No bugs in it whatsoever. But since these places like Amazon and eBay, they take, you know, months to ship your parts. That's why it's not done. So, yeah, that's why it won't be done next week. It's because it's not hard. It's just the parts take forever to get here.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
I had something.
You know what? I said a comment the other day, like, you need to start with an LS7 because they're cheap and then put a turbo on there. And I don't think people got that it was a joke.
But I did. I wrote in there, this is Jacob joking around.
Come on, like LS7s, they're cheap. They're only like $15,000. Come on. Ooh, how about this foam piece?
Okay, too far.
It's gonna sink. You idiot.
We have to do a real laugh though.
It's like V8s. How would you fit a V8 into one of these? You know what I mean?
Jason wanted to say something else, so let's hear what he's got to say.
I know you all think you're so cool telling Josh that it's not going to work because it's not going to get high enough RPMs. It won't be that fast. But I was telling him that before it was cool to tell him that. I was like, I get that you're going to have a lot of power, but doesn't it just rely on the spinning speed? And he was like, yeah, well, basically we'll have to get like a special prop, and when that's maxed out, then we'll have to like figure out some kind of gearing or something like that to get more rotations out of it. And I was still kind of like, I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I do kind of just take his word for it because Josh does projects that make sense and he figures out how they're going to work. So I was like, yeah, okay, that works. I am the least mechanical of the Jetskibrothers. So I believe him that he's got it figured out. But I was skeptical first. I was cool first. Before it was cool to be cool. And now that it's not cool anymore, I'm still cool.
I'm going to have a link to a bonus video in the description of this video. So if you want to check out a little bit of bonus content, go ahead into the description of this video and click on that link. That's it. See ya.